Cartier City Expats Club is a non-profit social organisation and our speakers are volunteers. The club as such assumes no responsibility or liability for the professional reputation of or the quality of services provided by the speaker today.
G'day and Swadikap. Today we were haunted by a talk from the Ghostbusters of Thailand. And this is the main culprit of the ghost hunters of Thailand, I should say, Neil Brisley. So how did you come to start up Ghost Hunters of Thailand?
I was doing a few other things, like trying to make some movies and things, and then I met up with a guy called Mickey, and he was interested as well in the same stuff I'm interested in. So between us, we went to a couple of places, like a temple and things like that. Didn't find much interesting there, so then we started looking for more places that have ghosts in Thailand. There aren't many.
Not like, because you think about ghosts around old temples and funeral parlours and things, old houses.
Yeah, old houses, castles, stately homes. Right. There aren't many of those things in Thailand. Most of them were built with wood, and the wood is now rotted, and hence there's nothing there. And most of the buildings that are made of stone are quite new.
And the thing to understand about your group is, like for you, for instance, the group as a whole is very cynical about the existence of ghosts. Yeah,
we don't actually believe in ghosts per se as a person with a sheet on running around going woo. We just think if you see something, we come across a few anomalies which we can't explain. And our thing is, we're asking that question. If you've seen something, or you heard something, or you've experienced something, let us know. And let's investigate, get it on machines, and then we can prove to other people that something exists.
So if you're watching this video, leave something in the comments, some way we can contact you, or we will even put a contact for you maybe at the bottom of the video.
Yeah, do. We're easy enough to talk to. You can phone me up if you speak English. I don't speak Thai, so I can't do Thai, so you need a translator if you don't speak English. For any other.
And of course, it's very hard to get Thais involved in ghost hunting because they believe in them so strongly.
They do, and they're very scared. I did a ghost hunt recently, and I had some friends come along who were Thai, and they wouldn't come into the building because they were scared to come in the building.
So ghosts are real in Thailand for Thai people, definitely. Okay. So now, one of the people you mentioned that you co-founded the group with, Mickey, is here, and he's going to share a story. So he will just mysteriously disappear in the ether, and in comes Mickey with his story of his childhood experience.
Yes, my first experience. I was 12 years old, and we lived in a 4-bedroom house. So they were basically full, but 3 of my brothers had to sleep in my double bed, 1 in another room, and 1 in a single bed near me. The one in the front room, overlooking the woods and fields, he had been crying most of the day, and he was getting louder and louder and louder. And I have had a kind of spook in my room for as long as I can remember.
So you felt there was a bad energy there? There was something spooky in your room?
Yes. Well, I had my back to the wall underneath the window, because I used to sleep. I used to fall out of bed, so I was safer there. And 2 of my brothers were in front of me, and my youngest brother in a single bed. The far end of the room was a water tank, hot water tank in the corner, opposite the bedroom door. Sterling was getting louder and louder.
This is the kid that was crying all day?
Kid that was crying.
In another room?
Near the water tank, been there for a long time, was what I can imagine like a woman covered in a shroud, and that shroud was see-through. The whole thing was see-through, made up of thousands of little dots. It just always looked to me like it was a woman or feminine, and I felt kind of safer with that knowledge.
Was this the first night you'd been aware of this? Or?
No, she'd been there for, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 months. And I checked all the curtains and light coming in from any direction or anywhere to see if that was causing the ghost or whatever. But I couldn't make it move or do anything. It was static.
Were your brothers aware of this? Any of your...
I didn't ask. I never thought to ask. It's kind of not the sort of thing you tell your brothers, you know, just in case they think you're a bit strange. The noise was getting louder and louder, and I looked...
From your brother?
From my brother, yes. And I lifted the blanket down to see if the door was open, because I could shut it and not hear so much. But it was closed, so that wasn't lessening the noise. So I called my mum, louder and louder. And I must have woken her up, because she came in the door and said, "Shut up," and then left me and went into Sterling's room. Within minutes, well, I don't know, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, all hell was let loose. Another 10 or 15 minutes, ambulance came to the house, took Sterling away, and the next day it was revealed that had my mum not called an ambulance then, he would have had a burst appendix, which could have killed him.
And apparently you saw the ghost move at this stage.
Sorry, I missed that, yes. The ghost actually, as Sterling got louder and louder, the ghost kept moving about 2 foot, 1 foot, 2 foot, just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, as he got louder and louder, heading towards the door.
And you were like hiding under the covers?
I was very much, yes, very much hiding, and I didn't want it coming to me. That's why I called my mum.
Ah, so it's the ghost that made you call your mother, not the noise?
Not the noise, no. My mum thought I was complaining about Sterling. That's why she went in that room. And I think that's probably why the ghost kept moving backwards and forwards.
It's amazing your mother wasn't disturbed by the noise of Sterling and went and saw it. So the ghost, this appearance of the ghost and the ghost moving basically saved Sterling's life.
It did, yes. It saved him from his burst appendix.
So there you go. Not all ghost experiences are necessarily negative in a way. This was a positive example. So thank you for sharing that. And you want to, if any of this is of any interest to you, you want to go and look at the whole talk. And these people are, they're very serious about trying to get, as it were, more objective measurements and stuff around these using very specialised equipment.
I'm more interested in finding reality, finding something that proves to me that there is an afterlife. I'm 70 next month, and the last I don't have much longer to go, so I want to find out before. If there isn't an afterlife, I'm not going.
There you go. We'll stick around for a few more years yet. Well, this has been Ren Alexander and Neil and Mickey and the rest of the Ghost Hunters team wishing you a non-creepy week. May all your ghost experiences be good ones.
Yes, but real.
Goodbye and Swaddy Carb.